Hi, everyone. My name is Ruslan Uchenko. I'm security specialist in Bakatech, and I'm responsible for all the SkyHigh and Trellix products. We are currently waiting a bit more attendees, so thank you for those who connected to us. Give everyone else, please, 1 to 2 minutes to connect, and then we shall start. Meanwhile, while you're here, if you have questions regarding SkyHigh or Trellix products, you can put them into chat or Q&A, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So our presentation of SkyHigh products will be divided into a few sections. So I will try to look at questions between those sessions and answer them if you will have some. So please don't hesitate to ask questions in chat or Q&A. And now let me share my screen and show what I prepared today for you. Great. So you should see my screen now. And today we will talk about protection of cloud. So our topic will be controlling cloud and cloud security with products of company that is called SkyHigh. So a bit history. SkyHigh was founded in 2011, and from those till 2017, it was a dedicated company. So in 2017, SkyHigh was acquired by a company called McAfee, and then it was a part of its solutions. But after 2022, McAfee and FireEye were combining, and company Trellix started to exist. And SkyHigh Security kind of divided from Trellix. And currently, we're saying that this company, SkyHigh company, is like a friend to Trellix, and all the integrations, everything regarding SkyHigh that was created while it was McAfee product, it still exists and still developing. So now SkyHigh is trying to achieve a full security of all the cloud products. So, and in its portfolio, there are not a lot of products, but they all focused into cloud security. So first of all, we will talk about Cloud Access Security Broker, so CASB. CASB, it is a solution to protect cloud applications that contains any data that is company data. Then there is a ZTNA, so we call it SkyHigh Private Access. This solution is created to ensure that users can connect to their applications using only their devices, and try to ensure that specific users has access only to those products that they require during to do their business. And the last one is SkyHigh Secure Web Gateway. So Web Gateway is a proxy that can be on-prem or as a SaaS application, and it helps to protect users while surfing the internet. For all these solutions, we have unified platform, so it's based on the one GUI, and we don't need to create a lot of different products, console accesses. So all the platform is managed by one GUI. So SkyHigh is trying to achieve the full protection of all the cloud products. And our goal is to organize all the mechanisms into one management console and give all the users, administrators access to data that should be stored into business accounts. And we try to protect this data from external threats. So regardless where the data is stored, it's or from internal devices or external cloud solutions, SkyHigh is protecting this data. We are our own technologies, and also by integrating with third-party products, as I said previously, for example, Trellix, to combine all the vectors of data leakage to protect them from them. And why it is important? Because, you know, users are like big kids, so they want to use their accounts, they want to use own accounts, not corporate. They are not focused on their business, for example, and are trying to use consoles, or for example, email, the emails that are their own, for example, their own Gmail, not the business account. And sometimes it causes to data leakage or to infecting their laptops or computers. And after that, what is going on? So they said that they opened a letter, opened attachment to this letter, and then everything can. So I don't know what is happening. Please, your security team, your IT administrator, please fix this. Or, for example, they wanted to look some serious on the laptop, but suddenly screen turned blue, or something else happens, and what to do? So that happens because they are not fully aware of what they are doing. And from the SkyHigh perspective, we need to help them to protect their laptops and protect their accounts, business accounts, while using surfing internet or doing their job. So SkyHigh has a lot of customers. So we are it is known company. So we are trying to expand the popularity and acknowledge of SkyHigh in the world. So Bakotech is a company that is a distributor of SkyHigh solutions, and we're doing business with SkyHigh for more than 32 countries. So if you have interest in this company, in products of this company, please contact with us. We will get in touch with you and describe more, and we will talk about all the products and more deep dive. But regarding of this, we will do more webinars on the SkyHigh theme that are planning in the beginning of 2026. And we will describe and show more about products, more deep dive. We will do more deep dive sessions into SkyHigh products that I already mentioned with demonstrations. So we will see what will be there. So let's talk a bit about data and where it's stored. So there are a lot of applications that can store data. So Trellix and SkyHigh divide them into a few groups. So, for example, first group is shadow apps. Shadow apps is a group where we can't do anything if we are talking about controlling those accounts. So you can't control, for example, someone's personal Gmail, or what is he doing into social media, or how is users using his own cloud storage accounts, for example, Dropbox, Box, and etc. So for these applications, we can only try to restrict an access to them, and somehow we are trying to do this partially. So I will talk a bit more later about this partial blocking of some functions of web pages. And nothing else. So or using or not using. After that, there are sanctions apps. So these apps are a property of your company, for example. And to protect them, now you can protect them, you can scan them, you can look into the data that is stored there. And this is more secure way to use cloud storage accounts because you have control of them. So it can be Office 365 corporate, it can be Google Workspace, and a lot of same services that has an API, and SkyHigh can connect to them via API and a few more methods, and scan them, look at the configuration and threads that there can be stored. Then it's infrastructure as a service, or it's a platform as a service. What is this? This is kind of a publicly available hypervisor that can be controlled by your organization. And you can use this as a platform for virtual cloud operation systems that can store data, or that can run some different types of applications that are also, as a sanction apps, are property of your company. So SkyHigh also can connect to them, look at the classified data that is stored there, and look at the configuration to protect possible data leakage from them. And last but not least, it's excuse me, is private apps. So those apps that can be run on this infrastructure or platform as a service platforms, and you are responsible here also for managing these apps. So it can be your GitHub or GitLab, your enterprise Jira account, or help desks, and you're responsible for installing the application and for running this application. So SkyHigh can also help you to protect that data that is stored there, and also to ensure that users can connect to these applications only via corporate protected devices. So they can't, their passwords and usernames, credentials can be stolen for. Can be stolen in, for example, if they are trying to log in from their personal compromised account. And everywhere in these types of applications, everywhere is data. So also data can be stored in endpoint, it can be located in the network, and in the cloud, private apps, or a lot of places where organizational data can be stored and used. But if we will look at products that protect this data, so if we will use only on-prem devices, there is a gap. We can't see data that it's created and stored in the cloud. No DLP solutions, I mean endpoint and network DLP solution, can connect to cloud and control data that, for example, was created in cloud and never was on the endpoint. So we have a gap. If we will use web protection system, so there are two gaps. We can't control data on-prem devices, except web protection rules. And also, if we will talk about using the co-working features in, for example, Office 365, so Web Gateway can't control who will access the data that is stored in your business accounts. And if we will look at cloud security, so there is a gap. We can't do anything on-prem. So if data was created via desktop versions of Office 365, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, for cloud security, it's not available. Only if this data will be synchronized, for example, with applications or default applications that are installed in Windows, macOS, Linux, etc. Then we see if we will use different types of products, there will be, complexity and control gaps. And also, if you will look at different solutions, so you need a few management consoles from different vendors that are not integrated with each other, and it creates complexity, it creates additional costs, and it's not suitable. So that's why SkyHigh can help in this factor, because all of these products are part of our ecosystem, and we are doing this great. So we have a lot of shadow events monitored worldwide. We can control data from legitimate events, and we can provide the log sources for your administrators for additional investigations. And also, SkyHigh is publicly available. We have a lot of points of presence to ensure that if your users are connected to internet, for example, from the locations where they have vacation or business trip, and they will receive their local internet with local language, and all the sites that he will visit will be known that they are in those countries where they are origin from. And also we have golden 5 nines of uptime. So that means that that SkyHigh services will be working for you, and there possibly can be a little gap into SkyHigh functionality, but no longer than 5 minutes per year. So that's almost nothing. But if you will visit trust.skyhighsecurity.com, you will see that for this year, we have 100% uptime of our service for worldwide. And then we will talk about a bit more about our architecture. So our architecture consists of a management console that is located into SkyHigh services. The only one additional management console can be on the ground if you will use on-prem solution. It's secure web gateway and as an on-prem device. But despite of this on-prem web gateway can be integrated with cloud to policy synchronization. And if you will use only cloud management console, it will automatically deploy all the changes from cloud to on-prem system, and you don't need this additional management console, or only, for example, for troubleshooting if something will happen. And we can protect central offices, branches, remote users who are working from home, and also control their access from uncontrolled devices via additional identity providers with SAML authentication, with redirect, or integrating with them via, for example, certificates to be sure that users are connected to your private applications only from corporate trusted devices. And what we can have on-prem into offices, for example, it can be on-prem appliances, both physical or virtual. We can have redirects or installing SkyHigh client proxy applications on endpoints to be sure that traffic from the endpoints is going through proxy server, and this traffic is monitored. What if a device will not have this client proxy application, it can't be monitored, so we need to prevent users from using their BYD devices and protect corporate data that is stored in the cloud. And now let's talk a bit more into web gateway. So I checked the chat and Q&A here. There are no questions, but if you will have some, please type them, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Okay. So what is proxy? Proxy is a system that is controlling access to internet. So by monitoring HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, ICAP traffic that is originated from user devices. So it can be controlled via configuration where is proxy can be controlled, or via domain policy. It's with PAC files that are deployed for all devices. And also via a lot of additional methods, including SkyHigh client proxy. So client proxy, for example, it shows system where is proxy server installed and which IP address and port will it use to control this internet traffic. And this traffic can be controlled, can be blocked if something happens, and it's focused only on internet channel. So that's why all other traffic packets are not inspected, because this is the role of IPS system. And also this proxy can be installed into cloud. So there are a lot of methods to install client SkyHigh web gateway. So it can be deployed as virtual machine. Into license user's license, there are it's included up to 5 virtual appliances of proxy. So you can deploy them and build HA cluster without using any additional software. Also, you can buy it as a hardware. It's a physical server. We have 2 appliance model. It's 5,000 and 5,500. The difference in them is into network bandwidth that it can monitor. And also it can be installed into SaaS or IaaS as a SaaS system. So it's located into SkyHigh servers, or you can install proxy whenever you need. So it can be Amazon. I think Azure is supported as well, and use a centralized management. So this helps us to reach the necessary performance and scalability, and to build system that it will be controlled from one management console. So there are a few key features that we will talk about. So for example, the almost all traffic of almost all internet traffic is encrypted via SSL. So SkyHigh can decrypt SSL traffic and help with anonymization of users, because when they will visit particular websites, they can't, for example, check the IP address of your user, because those websites will see only the IP address of proxy server or your company internet provider. Also, proxy can categorize and filter the URL addresses which users are trying to connect to, and block websites and portals according to category or risks. Also, we have real-time protection to scan files that are uploaded or downloaded to user systems to prevent them from being detected by and attacked by malware. Also, proxy has built-in DLP, so we can protect uploading data to websites that you don't want users to use. And if we will expand from or move from URLs to applications, not facebook.com, but to Facebook as an application that are located at facebook.com, we can control even partial features of those websites by changing HTML5 code that will be downloaded to users' web browsers. And for example, we can block posting information, but we can allow users to use their Facebook accounts, so they can't put something into their web pages. Also, there are tenant restriction functions, so you can prevent users to use their own Office 365 account or Google accounts, and to allow them to use only your corporate accounts. For example, for my company, it will be an access to Microsoft.com, but prevent using Office 365 or Office.com, and so users can't access their own accounts from the corporate devices. Also, it is visibility and reporting, because we are creating dashboards, allowed to create own dashboards and own reports to be ensured that your users are fully using their internet access with, as you expected. So without any anomalies and abnormal use. And as additional feature, we have browser isolation, remote browser isolation, to protect users from websites that can have malicious code built into websites. So they can, for example, try to install cookies and to run malware on the browser side of your users. So we can help you to protect this access by opening web pages on SkyHigh servers and transmitting all the information that SkyHigh open into browser of your computer. So first of all the traffic or managing of web proxy is used by rule engine. So rule engine, it's something like if you are working with firewalls, it's the same principle. So we have rules that are built into rules tree. So where first rules are used in the first place, and after that, rule by rule, traffic will be inspected, changed, or blocked. So this rule engine is divided into a few sections that are responsible for those parts of traffic that you expect it to be. And you can monitor or block it via built-in recommended rules, or you build your own to be sure that traffic is going all according to your plans. So it can be filtered by client IP, ports, destination IP, destination URLs, and etc., etc., etc. There are a lot of points that you can use. And also, one of the main features of the web gateway is its anti-malware feature and integrations ability. So let's talk a bit more about this. So first of all, we when we are downloading files, we are trying to check if this file known malicious or not. So if we are using Trellix antivirus built into SkyHigh web gateway, and also we can use an additional antivirus if you want. It's Avira antivirus, so there can be 2 built-in signature antiviruses. Also, we are using own global threat intelligence service, so to monitor what if we know something about IPs or about hashes of files that you try to download. And if it's still not enough, we can use our gateway anti-malware feature. It's a behavioral emulator that can look at the file and predict what it will do if it will start on the potentially compromised system. And if we see some malicious, something malicious into the code of this file, for example, in macros of Excel file, we can stop we can stop downloading this file, and user can't access this virus. And also we can integrate SkyHigh with Trellix and other sandboxes by using the ICAP protocol. And if we are unaware of what sites users are trying to use, we can put their internet session into isolation, remote browser isolation feature. So how it works? So firstly, we are trying to check reputation of files, and if it is something malicious by our reputation services and antivirus services. Then less amount of traffic can be emulated while downloading. So if its emulation says that file is still unknown, so we can't say it is good or it is bad, you can use out-of-the-box forensic sandbox. And all the permitted traffic, so non-malicious traffic, will be delivered to users, and it will be also checked by additional technologies. For example, if user will be visit some sites of downloading something, it's by DLP scanning or restriction of tenant. But if you don't know anything about this site, his session will be isolated, and that means that on this part, web page will be opened on SkyHigh remote systems, and this traffic will be redirected as a video into your browser. So you can control what users can copy and paste to this site, what they can download it, and there are a bit more features that, for example, web page can't allow of using cookies, or you can't, for example, paste logins and passwords into potential malware sites, for example, phishing sites. Okay, so that's a bit about proxy. Then let's switch to CASB. So CASB, it's the main product, from my opinion, of SkyHigh Security, because its goal is to connect to all applications that are controlled by your organization. So your own applications and something that you bought for your clients. And we can do this via the main link. It's a link connection to API of products. So we built, and we are using for example, Office 365 API to connect to those services and to control them. And nothing is needed from your side except some kind of access to create access token, so SkyHigh can connect and look into your data and to classify this data. And also, we have technologies to protect confidential corporate data and to be comply with security regulations, GDPR, HIPAA, PCI, and so on. So that means that all our technologies can look into this data and according to templates, classify this data. So classify data, look into text on the data, and also we implement tagging technology that can be used, for example, if you are using Word documents with some custom properties. Custom properties means tags. And also, if you know that this the data that is created and used by your users is confidential, so you can classify also it as well via your own data classifications, and then SkyHigh will know about this data and will protect this data. For example, it will turn off the possibility of sharing of this document with external users. And also, it will help you to see if some kind of configurations are not okay according to best practices. So CASB, it's all about data and configuration. And to be sure that your data is classified, we can use a few technologies. So for example, first, it's exact data matching, where you know if the document has some words, sentences, and so on, this data will be classified and protected. Also, we can scan a lot of documents of organization, create fingerprints of these documents, and, for example, we can understand that if in the cloud there is a document that was scanned as a form for a vacation, for example, so when a user will fill this form and send it to someone, for example, to his HR, this file can be sent for something else and else purposes. So only HR will receive this document because it's filled vacation form. And also we have built in OCR technology. That means that we can see text on the non-readable for DLP system images. So we can scan those images, understand what text is in it, and protect this data as it's indexed or via exact data matching technology. SkyHigh is using machine learning and AI technologies to help you with understanding of what is going on and to build your policies. So our AI can detect and monitor if something is okay or not, and help you to prevent see a lot of false positive alarms and false positives at all. So it helps you to understand if this document was, for example, classified not according rules, or it is something missing, for example. Also, we're using SkyHigh AI to help you to build a classification. So this mechanism says that if you can describe what, if in your opinion, how the document can be classified, it will help you to create, for example, patterns for credit card numbers, for passports numbers, and so on, so on. So there is a lot of possibility how it can help you in your data classification procedure. And also, we use machine learning for auto classification. So if you are not aware of what documents in your organization are confidential, we can adjust policies and look into your data and try to help you to understand which data can be classified in which way. So in the future, you can use those classifications to create, for example, blocking rules, or to restrict an access to classified document for example, external users. So that's a part of CASB technology. let's move forward to zero trust network access. It's privilege access. And private access is the technology to check if users are using their own devices, and also help to connect to their own applications in a secure way. We are using both identity providers or own SkyHigh own technologies, kind of landing pages. So to connect to those landing pages, you should complete the authorization, and so you will have an access only to those applications that are available for you and for your account. And it helps with identifying the potential threats from the users, especially if they will or they are trying to use their own devices. And to protect data from, for example, extracting by not using the credentials and credentials only on those devices where it is necessary, and to prevent accessing private applications from devices that can be potentially compromised. So there is a similar thing with VPN, but the procedure of connecting is a bit easier. So we are not installing something on the user devices, but we can, if it is necessary and is more suitable for you, despite of VPN, because if VPN is needed, so users should have VPN applications on their systems, and they will connect via VPN to applications that they need to be connected. And their traffic will be fully or partially redirected to data center, your data center, which will increase the load of your network traffic. And then, excuse me, through this network, through your organization, they will access all the systems that are located in the cloud. So it's kind of two-way connection, because this traffic should use your corporate network as man-in-the-middle system to be sure that traffic is legitimate. And this creates complexity, latency, and increased cost and decreased speed of internet traffic for users. So we can help with using the ZTNA. So that means that traffic of users won't go to the corporate network in 100% of all of the connections. So we will try to use this identity provider system to log in into their cloud portal, from where they can have an access to private cloud or public cloud or to corporate network. So what is needed for this to be working? It's connection. It's connectors. So we are not installing necessary software. You can use, for example, pack files or manual adjustments of each of client device. But when the traffic is going to particular, for example, marketing apps, there is a connector that will check if this device is okay, if users are using correct credentials, and after that, connector will decide if user have an access to this marketing app or not. And all the technologies that are existing into SkyHigh portfolio can be applied to this traffic. So connector can also control what information is used into this marketing, for example, app, and what user can access to into even as features of particular applications and web pages. So that means that traffic won't go to data center, and it will be divided into the sessions into the cloud. So no additional costs into managing of and controlling this traffic into the on-prem solutions. So no latencies, not very high costly solution. So this is an adequate method to ensure that your data that is stored into even applications, not locations, but applications, is accessible for external users. So from my side, that's all. Thank you all for your attention to my presentation. And now I'm switching to Q&A session, and we'll try to answer questions that you type to me. Okay, so I can't see any question in chat. I don't see any questions in Q&A session. So if you have some, please write them to chat or Q&A session, and I'll answer them. And so while you are thinking about your questions, I will add something about the licensing model. So almost in in all variants, we have subscriptions, and also almost on all variants of licensing model, we are licensing per user. Exceptions are if you are trying to buy, if you're going to buy, for example, physical appliances, so there's per appliance, and some other situations. Also, we have bundles for our solutions, so you do not need to buy all one by one and have a big list of SKUs and features that are hard to understand. But we can provide you we call it UCE bundles that are part of our SSCS solution, and we can use those bundles to give you all the features with less cost. So I see a question from Aydin. So how ZTNA identify the device we are connecting from? As I get, it do not require the application on client device side. So basically, yes. And how can we identify it? Well, first of all, it's geolocation. So we can see the IP address of users where he connected to his applications from. So this first of all. Second, we are trying to check the browser certificate that was provided by identity provider. So if device do not have this certificate, it means that this is not corporate device, because certificate can be easily deployed using certificate authority or even domain controller without any additional certificate authority things. And ZTNA will check if this browser has this certificate. If it has, that means that this is protected corporate device. Client is not required, but with SkyHigh Client Proxy, it's easier to manage the connection, because you can use centralized management currently in Trellix console or for this application, and you can you can forward internet traffic to those locations where it should go, even with possibility to build HA and other and high availability and any other additional solutions. Okay, I hope this works for you. Are there any other questions? Thank you, Aydin, for your question as well. Okay, so currently I don't see any additional questions, and I think we can finish with this webinar. So thanks all who attended this webinar. If you have additional questions or you're interested in SkyHigh and Trellix products, you can reach us via email or via phone. So all the recording, if it is necessary, we can send to you with all our contacts. And thanks for your attention. See you in our next webinars. Bye, everyone.